This stop is the Auckland War Memorial Museum. Hop off here to explore. There's something for everyone. This bus will now be changing to the Blue Outer Tour, visiting Mount Eden, the Auckland Zoo and other attractions. If you wish to continue on the Red Tour, please disembark and change buses here. Kia ora. Welcome to the Blue Outer Tour. There's so much to see in Auckland besides the city centre and the eastern waterfront. We're on our way out west to some of the city's most exciting destinations, like Mount Eden, the Auckland Zoo, and the Museum of Transport and Technology, also known as MOTAT. Along the way, we'll tell you all about life in New Zealand, from our schools, sports and getting around. Let's start by further exploring the beautiful Auckland domain. For your safety, passengers must remain seated at all times, including when the bus is in motion, when the bus is stopped at traffic lights, and stopped in stationary traffic. If you're travelling aboard one of our open-top buses, please ensure your hands, arms and head are inside the bus at all times. Soon, we will be stopping at the Auckland Domain Winter Gardens. We'll see two Victorian-style greenhouses, one shaded with and the other with jungle and plants. The duck across from the bus stop is fed by a natural spring, Auckland's first source of piped water. When one of the rarest plants in the Winter Gardens is in bloom, hundreds of people line up outside the tropical greenhouse to see it. The Amorphophallus titanum, also known as titan, blossoms at unpredictable intervals, sometimes years apart. When in bloom, the gigantic flower emits an odour that is, how shall I put it, repulsive? That's why it's also famously known as the corpse flower. So if you're lucky, or unlucky on how you look at it, you may get to catch a whiff during your visit. The Winter Gardens have a beautiful outdoor garden of New Zealand ferns. Exploring the fernery is a great way to feel what it's like to tramp through the native bush without ever leaving the city centre. And the best part is entry to the Winter Gardens is free of charge. This stop is the Auckland Domain Winter Gardens. Hop off here to explore the old world charm of this protected heritage site, the Winter Gardens. This stop. Our next stop will be Mangafo, Mount Eden.
गाइस ये विंटर गार्डन है, ये भी टूरिस्ट प्लेस है, विंटर गार्डन।
Auckland Domain is a historic location for New Zealand's first residents, the Māori. It's on top of an extinct volcano named Pukekawa, where a Māori pa, meaning fortified village, stood in ancient times. Later, in the colonial era, the warrior Te Whiro had a cottage on Pukekawa, where he negotiated with British leaders on behalf of the Waikato iwi, or tribes. Te Whiro later became the first Māori king. He maintained peaceful relations with the colonists, but he never yielded sovereignty over his ancestral lands and defended the rights of his people in a time of upheaval and uncertainty. The grassy volcanic crater today acts as a natural amphitheatre for the storms and draws huge crowds each December as Kiwis celebrate the start of the festive season with music and fireworks. New Zealand schools also teaches Māori language and culture as part of our national heritage. You'll see many signs around town in English and Māori. Auckland Grammar is one of the city's most elite sporting schools. The New Zealand school system emphasises sports for all ages. Auckland sports for boys and girls, rugby, netball and hockey. Of saying, most of us couldn't afford to buy a house here. From our next stop, you can walk up a steep path to the summit, 196 metres or 643 feet above sea level. It's worth the walk for the sensational panoramic view that takes in both of our city's harbours and the islands beyond. You'll even have a bird's eye view of Eden Park Stadium, home of the All Blacks. From the summit, you can look down into the volcanic crater, with grassy land, 160 feet deep, where pedestrians aren't allowed. As you climb towards the summit, you'll notice terraces, while you're at the summit, take a moment to appreciate the stone viewing platform. It was built with help of an elephant named Tom. Tom the elephant belonged to Prince Alfred, the Duke of Edinburgh. He was gifted the elephant in the 1870s. The two continued to walk the ridge while obliging heavy basalt blocks to the summit of Mount Eden. He accepted no payment beyond a steady supply of sweets and beer. summit to the bus stop. The trail is about 300 metres or 980 feet long and takes around 10 minutes in each direction. We suggest doing the walk if you are wearing comfortable shoes and have water, a hat and protective clothing in case of rain. The steep climb does require a moderate level of fitness, and please be aware that there's no shelter or facilities at the top. Mount Eden, this stop.
ये माउंट एडन स्टॉप है। ये हाइकिंग वेते के लिए एक पॉइंट्स है। अगर मेरे पास टाइम हुआ तो दोबारा यहाँ पे आके हाइकिंग करूँगा माउंट एडन।
Ensure your hands, arms and head are inside the bus at all times. Is New Zealand's founding document. Te Tiriti is an agreement written in Māori and English. It was made between the British Crown and approximately 540 Māori chiefs, or rangatira. It is named after the place in Northland where it was first signed by more than 40 rangatira on the 6th of February 1840. Te Tiriti was taken around the country, and by September of that year, another 500 rangatira had signed it. Most of them signed the Māori version, which unfortunately was not translated accurately from the English version. Some rangatira refused to sign, or had no opportunity to sign, but the Colonial Office in England declared the treaty applied to all Māori iwi, even those whose rangatira had not signed. Over time, public perceptions and legal interpretations of Te Tiriti or Waitangi have evolved, often leading to protests and demonstrations. Thankfully, recent governments have recognised the significance of the Treaty of Waitangi in the life of our nation, and it has been woven into the framework of laws, customs and legislation. materials on Earth. Audia often live up to 80 years and can survive up to 2 days under the water by breathing through their skin. The park has easy-to-walk paths between Motat and the zoo. Auckland Zoo's native precinct, Te Waunui, offers 6 stunning habitats showcasing the native fauna and flora of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Discover the iconic kiwi Cheeky Kia and more than 160 native animal and plant species. Occupying a fifth of the zoo's footprint, Te Waunui takes manuhiri, the Māori word for visitors, on an immersive journey through New Zealand's natural world, intertwined with Māori art, myths and legends. Te Waunui was blessed by local iwi Ngāti Whātua, or Oraki, in 2012, and has become a must-see destination for all visitors to Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. Over 2,800 animals live at the Auckland Zoo, from lions, tigers and giraffes to red pandas, orangutans and flamingos. You can see a huge range of mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish and other animals from around the world. Auckland Zoo and its partners are working hard to build a brighter future for wildlife and wild places. The zoo plays a vital role in breeding, research and recovery programs for threatened wildlife. A portion of every ticket purchased goes towards the Auckland Zoo Conservation Fund to support local and international conservation projects. Auckland Zoo is also home to the New Zealand Centre for Conservation Medicine, the first national conservation centre in the world. And exotic wildlife. Auckland Zoo, this stop. The last departure from the zoo is at 4 p.m. Our next stop will be at Motat.
Yeah.